Hey guys, I'm Tyler from Gold Rush Parker's Trail, and I'm going to be doing a Q&A for you today. I'm super excited, so I'm going to dive straight in.
24-year-old prospecting expert, Tyler has been mining since she was 8.
Yes! Tyler, you're a 4th generation gold miner. You've also worked in the modelling and events management. Did you always have a natural interest in the field growing up? Yes, definitely. I have loved gold, the red dirt, everything about it since as young as I can remember. I've always followed my parents around the bush when they're gold prospecting, spent every weekend and school holidays out bush camping. I obviously did take a break when I was like 19 and I did modelling and events management, but there was a huge something in my life missing. So I came back home and I do not regret it whatsoever. It's an unusual occupation for someone your age. Why does the red dirt always lure you back home? I feel such a sense of home and safety and belonging when I'm out in the bush in the red dirt. I can just feel it in my soul, and it's a feeling that I don't get anywhere else in the world. I just feel very connected to my roots here.
Ah! Perfect! Ah! No. Oh my.
So coming from a family with a history in mining, many stories must have been passed down through the generations. Are there any you can share? Lots. But to keep it nice and short, probably one of the best ones is my great-grandfather found a famous patch in the Murchison, which is a place in Western Australia. They found 800 ounces. Him and his, I think it was 3 of them all together. Yeah, it's called Ned's Patch. Ned is my great-grandfather. So if you're ever in Sandstone, Ned's Patch is my great-grandfather. But yeah, 800 ounces, insane.
Sandstone's cool. I love sandstone.
You've spent time here?
Yeah, so my great-grandfather was actually quite a big miner here. He used to take my dad here, and this is where my dad learned to find gold.
If I strike it rich, what is on my wish list? Well, if I strike it rich, I feel like I have to give an adult answer and like say invest or buy a house. But my ultimate goal would be to set up a dog rescue where we take in stray dogs or dogs from like abused homes, and we get them a vet and some training and we get them adopted. That's my biggest goal.
And so from your standpoint, what will it take to make that happen?
Maybe if I do find you some amazing ground, you do really well out of it, maybe just a spotter's fee kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that seems more than reasonable.
Before Parker, Fred and Danny arrived in Australia, you visited the Yukon. What was that experience like? Best experience. It was like visiting a whole different world. I'm from the red dirt, the desert, the heat. I left my summer, I left my 40 degrees Celsius to go to their like minus 15 degrees, snow, freezing cold. It was the best experience ever. I also got to meet the boys obviously, and we clicked like that, which helped ease all my nerves. Even getting to see Parker's operation, I learnt so much in the short time that I was there. Yeah, I absolutely loved it.
Well done. Well, first impression about Tyler is that she's the girl version of Parker.
Fair play. You did it. Initiation over.
You know, the first impression on Tyler is good. She seems pretty cool, actually.
So we go to the bathroom really quickly.
Next question. What do I think of being described as a female version of Parker? Huge compliment. I'm not even just saying that. That is such a huge compliment. He's so intelligent, so driven, has accomplished so much at such a young age. So I think people say that because we obviously have a lot of interest, grew up doing the same thing, which is quite rare. But I think we're also both quite strong personalities. So I can see the resemblance there.
It would be nice if we had done a little bit more due diligence. If we're gonna have any real success here, it's gonna be because we do our homework.
We'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Good.
What part of Australia was I most excited about taking Parker to, and why? Kalgoorlie, my home. I was so excited to show Parker and the boys what I knew, and I'm an expert-ish in the Kalgoorlie goldfields compared to anywhere else in the world, so I was so excited to get to show them that. But I learnt the most in Queensland, so that was probably actually my favourite place we visited. I learnt so much there.
How am I going, Jackie Ray?
You're going very good.
Starting to get the hang of it. It's still quite stressful because I'm a bit slower than Jackie Ray at this, and their rocks are building up. So I'm gonna have to try and do this a little bit quicker than I am.
While in Australia, Parker and the crew had to learn new mining techniques. How is mining in the Klondike different to mining in Australia? so different. Like even Australia, there's different mining techniques all around the country, so it's really hard to compare the two. But if we go specific, the Klondike where Parker is, the Kalgoorlie Goldfields where I am, chalk and cheese. Parker mines placer gold. Our big mines here are hard rock. I won't get into what the difference is because I'll be here all day and I'll sound like a nerd, but Google it. I prospect mainly alluvial nuggets where Parker is placer fines. I have no water, he has so much water. So different. But the closest place we visited to Parker's mine site was far north Queensland. That type of gold there and the mining techniques were the most similar for him, so it was cool to get to show him that we do have that in Australia still.
So in Western Australia where we're mining, it's bone dry. So we do dry blowing mostly, which, yeah, it's like a wet plant but just no water.
Do they have very good recovery rate?
They're not perfect, but you're going to get a lot more compared to just using a detector.
Right.
You're getting all the fines and everything. It was actually quite cool getting to be a little bit of a nerd with Parker. Every single person I've had to do with in the gold game's over 50, so it was great to have a chat with a young person in the gold game. It's so rare.
What was the most challenging part of your 8-week trip? God. Okay, I absolutely love the boys, they're like family to me, but being stuck in a car with them for 8 weeks in the extreme heat, the flies and just the long work days was hard. It was tiring and there was times that tested our friendship. We came out of it on top and we still love each other, but it was very hard. It was a long 8 weeks.
You do realise that the air conditioning in this car only reaches halfway.
Well, we've got it turned up all the way, all right?
You need to point that at us or that one at us,
That
please.
is directly pointed at you. Take it in. Take it in. Don't make me pull this car over.
But what was the highlight of my trip? Definitely the highlight coming out of it was the lifelong friendships I've formed with the film crew and the boys. Yeah, that we will be friends for life, and yeah, getting that opportunity to do that with some people that you get along with so well is super cool, and I'm very blessed to have experienced that. What did you and the crew do in your spare time when you weren't mining? God, so we were in some very remote areas in Western Australia. Oh, in all of Australia, sorry. All there is a pub, and it's so hot. So we just spent a lot of time playing pool and drinking beers at the pub and resting. We were all so tired and so exhausted. So yeah, there's a lot of pool and a lot of sleeping.
Dust, heat and flies is a murderous one, isn't it?
With a few chemicals mixed in there?
Yeah.
I get the whole wariness with the chemicals, but there's lots of other processes you can do around here.
You also featured in Aussie Gold Hunters. What is your favourite thing about working with your family? Oh, I love my family. I'm so blessed that we get along so well and get to work together. There's times that I want to, but for the most part, we get along like a house on fire. Best thing is that trust. I trust them with my life, and you have to have trust in the gold game. So yeah, probably the best thing about working with my family is the trust. Do you have any tips for people looking to take up mining or prospecting as a hobby? Do it. My biggest tip though is research, research, research. Do not get disheartened if you're out there not finding gold. It is hard work, and you will find 100 bits of rubbish before you find a nugget if you're metal detecting.
Hey, your first target, mate.
I found a nail. I thought we were gonna get rich.
And last question, you started the Prospectors Club to preserve the craft of mining for generations to come. What inspired this? That's so true. Like, the gold game is so secretive, and there's a lack of young people in the industry, so I really wanted to ensure that my parents' and family's experience and knowledge was never lost.
My family's mined here for 50 plus years. My great-granddad actually was a local here.
That's your great-granddad?
Yeah.
Nice nugs.
I didn't like how secretive it was. I wanted to share that with the world. And the Prospectors Club has allowed me to do this. It's allowed me to preserve all these skills that we possess. So I feel very blessed. I love my members. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'm Tyler Mahoney from Gold Rush Parker's Trail, and you're watching Discovery. Hit subscribe now to avoid missing out on the latest content. Thanks, guys.